Alright, 17 minutes. Hi, welcome back, scholars. This morning we're going to be looking at comparing decimals. Now, in order to compare decimals, we have to be very sharp with our place value system because that's what we're going to use. So you have to look at the decimals that are given and compare them one place value with the next in order, right? So if the decimals if they have whole number parts to it, we start by comparing the whole numbers. If the whole numbers are the same, then you go to the 10th place, you go to the 100th place, you go to the 1000th place, and you compare them according to that. Now, a decimal might look very big in terms of it might have many digits, but it might end up being a smaller number compared to a whole number that just has one digit. But remember, a whole number is bigger than a decimal. Decimal is less than 1, right? So we're going to see that sometimes when you're comparing, you can't just count how many digits the number has. It has to do with the value of the digits. So here we have 3.1, and we're going to write whether it's greater than or less than 3.02. So they both have 3 in the ones place. Okay? So we start by comparing the whole number aspect if there is a whole number aspect. They both have 3 in the ones place. That means we have to now go to the 10th place, to the right of the decimal point. This has a 1 in the 10th place. This has a 0. 1 is greater than 0. So this is actually the bigger number. 3.1 is greater than 3.02. Even though if you were just looking at how many digits the number has, this has 3 digits, this has 2 digits. So you see that the number of digits doesn't really matter in terms of comparing the size, the value of the number, right? It all depends on the place value. So since they both have 3 in the ones place, we went to the 10th place and we said which one is bigger, the 1 or the 0. Clearly, the 1 is bigger. So 3.1 is a greater number than 3.02. 0.7, 0.148. They both have 0 in the ones place. So we are going to go to the 10th place. This has a 7, this has a 1 in the 10th place. 7 is bigger than 1, this is the greater number. Again, we see this just has 1 digit to the right of the decimal point. This has 3 digits. But this turned out to be the bigger number because it has a 7 in the 10th place, whereas this only has a 1 in the 10th place. Alright, so be careful with decimals, right? They can have 10 digits and still be a smaller number than another number that has 2 digits or even 1 digit. Okay, so be careful. 0.6, 0.9. They both have zeros in the ones place, so we go to the next place to compare. This has a 6 in the 10th place, this has a 9. So clearly 0.6 is a smaller number. 0.6 is less than 0.9. So, because remember this would mean you have 6 things out of 10, and this would mean 9 things out of 10. Remember? So 6 things out of 10 is a smaller amount than 9 things out of 10. Alright, now 1.7 and 1.94. They both have 1s in the ones place. We go to the 10th place. This has a 7, this has a 9. This is the bigger number. So 1.7 is less than 1.94. 2.8, 0.99. In the ones place, this has a 2, this has a 0. This is the bigger number. We don't have to go any further. Once you get to the first place and you can compare two different values in that place, it doesn't matter what comes to the right of it, right? For the decimal part of it. For the whole numbers, then we start with the ones, tens, and so on, comparing. So you know, thousands would be bigger than hundreds, would be bigger than tens, and so on. We have that covered, right? So for the decimal part of it, once you reach a place and compare them, the number that has the bigger digit is the bigger one. It doesn't matter what comes to the right for the decimal part. So the 8 is bigger, the 2 is bigger than the 0. We don't have to bother to say the 9 is bigger than the 8. That doesn't count. We're looking at the ones place. The 2 ones are bigger than 0 ones. 6.1, 4.14. In the ones place, the 6 is bigger than the 4, so 6.1 is a greater number than 4.14. 7.8, once we look at the ones place, this has a 7, this has a 0. It doesn't matter what comes after that. We know that 7 is bigger than 0. So 7.8 is the bigger number. Alright, so we're done with that batch. 4.16, 9.7. Look at the ones place. Once they have whole number aspects to them, just compare the whole number. The only time you go over to compare the decimals is if the whole numbers are the same. Then you'd have to go to the next place and compare, right? But if the whole numbers are different, you can easily tell 4 is smaller than 9, so that's a lesser number. 3 is bigger than 2, so that's the greater number. 7 is bigger than 0. 3 is bigger than 1. So you see this has 3 digits. 1, 2, 3. It looks like a bigger number because it takes up more space. But it ends up to be the smaller number. This is the bigger one, even with 2 digits. Because comparing the places, 3 is in the ones place, 1 is in the ones place, 3 is bigger than 1. 8 is less than 9. This is a smaller number. Alright, so now look at these. They both have zeros in the ones place. They both have zeros in the tenth place. The 10th place. So now we need to compare the 100th place. So they both had 0 here. Both had 0 here. We now have to compare this. 3 is bigger than 1. This is the bigger decimal. So starting from here, we would say 0.01 is less than 0.03. Again, they both have a 4. So we have 4.19, 4.16. They both have a 4. Then the decimal point. They both have a 1 in the 10th place. Now we have to go to the 100th place and compare the 9 and the 6. We know that 9 is a bigger digit than 6. So 4.19 is a greater decimal than 4.16. Comparing 5.73, 5.738. They both have a 5 in the ones place. They both have 7 in the 10th place. They both have 3 in the 100th place. Now we have to go to the 1000th place. This has a 0. We didn't need to put the 0 because it wouldn't make a difference. But there is actually a 0 here and there is an 8 here. 8 is bigger than 0. This is the bigger number. So reading from the left, we'd say 5.73 is a lesser number, is less than 5.738. This has an additional 8,000 onto it. So we're done with that batch. So let's do the final batch. 2.86 compared to 2.861. They both have a 2 in the ones place. They both have a 8 in the 10th place. They both have a 6 in the 100th place. This has an additional 1 in the 1000th place. So this comes out on the edge. This gets the edge with this additional 1. So 2.86 is a lesser, it's less than 2.861. Alright, 3.147, 3.149. They both have 3's in the ones place. Both have 1 in the 10th place. Both have 4 in the 100th place. Now we're going to compare the 1000th place. This has a 7 in the 1000th place. This has a 9 in the 1000th place. This is the smaller number. 2.58, 2.54. They both have a 2 in the ones place. They both have a 5 in the 10th place. This has a 8 in the 100th place, and this has a 4 in the 100th place. 8 is bigger than 4. This is the bigger decimal. Alright? So we have to compare them place by place. Place by place. Okay? So we have 0.3 compared to 0.03. So they both have a 0 in the ones place. This has a 3 in the 10th place. This has a 0 in the 10th place. That means this is the bigger number. 0.3 is greater than 0.03. 9.04, 9.004. This has more digits, but look, they both have a 9 in the ones place. They both have a 0 in the 10th place. But this has a 4 in the 100th place, and this has a 0 in the 100th place. So this is the bigger number. 4 is bigger than 0. 9.04 is greater than 9.004. 2.6 compared to 7.3. Immediately we see 2 is in the ones place. 7 is in the ones place. 2 is less than 7. 8.9 compared to 2.61. 8 is bigger than 2. So we compare the ones place. Once they have digits in the whole number, we compare the whole number. 6 is bigger than 4. And now they both have 4. 4.81, 4.76. They both have 4 in the ones place. This has an 8 in the 10th place, and this has a 7 in the 10th place. 8 is bigger than 7, so 4.81 is greater than 4.76. Alright? So when we're comparing decimals, we have to compare the place value. And don't look at how many digits the decimal has. Don't look at how many digits the decimal has. You have to compare them place by place. If they have whole numbers, start with the whole numbers. Compare the whole numbers. Thousands, hundreds, tens, ones. If the whole numbers are the same, go to the 10th place and compare the digits in the 10th place. If they are the same, go to the 100th place and compare the digits in the 100th place. The bigger digit will be the bigger number. If those digits in the 10th place are the same and the 100th place are the same, go to the 1000th place and compare those digits. The bigger digit will be the bigger number, the bigger decimal overall. Okay? So that's how you have to do it. You have to compare according to place value. Don't just look and say, oh my, this has more digits, right? This has 4 digits. This one has 3 digits. This is a smaller number. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 digits. This has only 2, but this one is the bigger number this time. See that? This has two digits, 3 digits. This one ended up to be the bigger number. So you can't just say count how many digits are. Once you're dealing with decimals, don't take that for granted. Maybe if it was just whole numbers alone, just plain whole numbers, maybe you could say, okay, the more digits, probably the more digits, the bigger the number, right? But you can't do that with decimals. You actually have to compare the place values. Alright, so if you have been helped by this video, please say thank you in the comments. And I would love if you would share the video so that other students may benefit from the information. We all want to remove that fear of maths from children to adults. Many persons fear math and we want to remove that. Okay? So please subscribe if you have not done so already. And if there are any videos, any topics that you'd like me to do videos on, I would gladly do that. Just let me know in the comments which topics those are. I will happily do that for you. So my scholars, thank you for joining me, for spending some moments with me this morning. And I look forward to seeing you again in other videos. Take care of yourselves.